I'm a very stubborn person. I'm a very, very stubborn person. I say it proudly. I know. Very stubborn. Very stubborn. If you count the first three stubborn people in Nigeria, my name must enter. I'm a very stubborn person. I know they hear. What I believe in is what I believe in. What I want to do is what I want to do. And I stick to it at every point in time. Your dealings with your fellow human being must be clean. If you find out at any point in time that you have wronged anybody, pick up your phone, call the person you wronged and say, I am sorry. A lot of people are suffering today because they were not able to say, I am sorry. Word of mouth is very powerful, so be careful what you say. Anything you cannot do, don't say you will do it. 1, love God. Love God. Have no other God except Him. Number 2, love your fellow human being the way you love yourself. Whatever you don't want anyone to do to you, do not do it to another person. Many people will say, why is it that bad things happen to good people? How do you know a good person? It's only God in heaven that sees our heart and knows the people who are genuinely good. It's very easy today to deceive people. Just quote the Bible. As long as you can quote this Bible very well and probably do some giveaways. Do some giveaways on social media. You have confused everybody. Oh, that guy is good. What about his heart? You don't see his heart. What does he do every day? What's your daily activities like? How do you relate with your fellow human being? Some people who preach the word are rapists. Some of them are kidnappers. Some of them do evil things back, where people cannot see them. But they come out every day and then they preach the Bible and they do giveaways on Instagram. And it's easy for everybody to just say, oh, that man is so good. He's so good. No, you don't know that man. You don't know him. You know nothing about him. You don't know that woman. It's only God that sees the heart. Because you must be ready to preach the word of God no matter what. No matter what you're going through, no matter what anybody says, you must be ready to preach that word of God and give it out. Whether the people like the message or not, it's not your business. All the people, check the people in the Bible that God called. He doesn't call, He calls coconut head people. It's God that calls people to come and do His work. It is God that calls. That's why the people that God will choose, they may surprise you as a human being. But God knows why He chose them. God sees the heart.
Return my bride price and yank my surname off your name. This is what Edochie said, apart from him saying 2023 is the best year of his life. This is what Edochie said. And he has been on this journey till today. Edochie hurt his family. He hurt his children. He did that without care. And you heard what he said. He said he's a very stubborn person, that this is the reason why God decided to call him. There are certain things that you need to hear with the inner part of your ears, meaning you have to take time to process what Edochie is saying. He said, there are some people who do give away, and this is what they use in getting the attention and the love of a lot of people. What was he referring to? Was he referring to a pastor here? He said a lot of people can be deceived. They quote some Bible verses and they do give away. He was not really referring to a pastor per se. It was one stone, two birds. That's what Edochie is doing. But he was really emphasizing on Mary. Mary has this charity that she does. Give away. Charity. She does a charity, and once or twice or thrice back then, Edochie has always been there, supporting, at least physically. I don't know if financially, because I'm not privy to that. Edochie has been there with her. Edochie is referring to Mary here, trying to make it appear as if most people love her, most people like her because of the giveaway, because of the giveaway. Yul Edochie has never given back that we know. I don't know if you do. No. Yul Edochie has not given back to the public. Maybe Yul Edochie said to himself, okay, let me support Mary so that through her, the giveaway and the charity thing will also be from me. I don't know. Yul Edochie touched on some other things also. He touched on forgiveness. He touched on apologizing, owning up to your wrong and all of that. He is referring to the same situation that he is in. Like, I have begged you. A lot of people believe that apologizing to people or to someone they offended or hurt is just all that is needed. What they don't understand is this: the way you go about it is what matters. The way you go about it. Can you apologize to someone publicly? Yes. Can you apologize to somebody privately? Yes, you can. Now, even though it is okay to do all of this, let us look at the situation of Yul and Mary. Public apology was not the appropriate. It wasn't the appropriate. You don't apologize publicly because you think you had publicly announced polygamy. That's your public announcement of having a child, introducing the woman, and then tagging your wife. That was not appropriate. So maybe he thought to himself, since I had done this publicly, let me apologize publicly. No, it doesn't work that way. You made a mistake. It is not appropriate. You should have gone to speak to your wife about, and your family, about the new changes and see if she is willing to go all the way. Talking about polygamy, I said that it is not the polygamy that has prompted this reaction against Yul Edochie. There are people out there who are polygamous and you are still friends of them, fans of them. It got nothing to do with that. I've said it countless times that that's not the reason why people are against. After all, many people know that their husbands have concubines or love child somewhere. Have you stopped marriage with your husband because of that? Many people know these things. So the way Yul Edochie went about it is where the problem lies. The way he went about it. If Mary is even going to say, no, I don't want to be part of this polygamy, it would not have affected Yul Edochie this way. I mean, it would have probably caused the demise of Kambili Chukwu. It would have been internal discussion between families. Oh, okay, this is what we are going to do. They would have done their settlement indoors. If she's not going to align with what Yul Edochie got into, it would have been done quietly. Maybe one or two rumors here and there. That might be from the camp of Yul Edochie, either Juju Austin, wanting to solidify her position as wife. Maybe from her, but not from Mary. Mary would not come out publicly or try to call friends and family and say, hey, put it on social media, I'm no longer his wife. No, it wouldn't have been that way. It would have been one-time news that Mr. Yul Edochie and wife, it would have been a one-time news. They are no longer together because she has filed for divorce because Yul Edochie, blah, blah, blah. We would not have even talked about polygamy. Polygamy would not have been discussed at all. But the way Yul Edochie went about it, he did it wickedly and he also destroyed himself on the way. Why? Because of greed. Or maybe the stubbornness. He said, if you talk about stubborn people, I am a very stubborn person. And I'm wondering, how can you be a stubborn person, strong-headed person, and you're talking about apology, owning up, and all of that? How does it work? Stubborn people don't apologize. They stick to their foolishness, even if it's going to destroy them. I hear people say, I'm very stubborn, I'm very hard-headed. Such people, they end up destroyed because they don't know when to stop. They don't know when to quit. They destroy themselves. And that's what Yul Edochie did to himself. That's what he did to himself. So What I'm saying is, it would have affected him this way, that he now became a realtor, real estate agent of nothing, of no house, no property. He became a pastor of no member. He became this, he became that. And you have to listen to what he says. In between the line, he might be ranting, rambling, and be talking out of context, but you need to pick on, you need to do a little bit of in-depth analysis on Edochie's statement and words. Who is he referring to? What is he saying? What is it about him that he's saying? You heard it all. That was a mouthful. That was a mouthful. What are your thoughts about this? Drop your comments. See you in the next update.